Hey guys, welcome to King's RC. When you're into RC, you don't just end up collecting a lot of RCs, but you also end up collecting a whole lot of tools. So if you're a beginner and only just gotten yourself into RC, basically you'll end up with one of these and a pack of just the Allen keys that you can use. These ones are from the Traxxas. I haven't even opened them yet because I don't really need them now. Working with these tools are okay. They do work, but you know, taking off a wheel on these gets a little bit kind of annoying to use. These are so small. They do have all the necessary sort of bits that you need, including, you know, the Allen keys. So you probably end up going to a hobby shop and buying these tools here. These are mainly you can buy from hobby shops. A lot better than using these type of Allen keys. You know, you can take these off and put different inserts and whatnot. So if you just go around to your local hardware store and that, you can find other options too. These are great. Like I take this whole thing with me when I go out on the field, because you know, you got this holder and it stays together. This one here for the hex to take off your wheels, take the nuts off, a lot easier. You got the leverage in that. This you gotta sort of, you know, yeah, it's just annoying to use. Moving along this side here, if you're wanting to put on a new body, these scissors, very handy, Lexan scissors, so you can go around the curves. A body reamer, so that's it there. Very sharp and pointy. Got to be careful using this. You could stab yourself and end up getting seriously injured with it. So put the cap back on as soon as you're done. And the next one is these tiny little screwdrivers, Phillips heads and flatheads, really handy to have. So these are really handy. You know, they do turn, and something like that is great to have in your toolbox. Next one, your pliers. Also with tools, I like to spend my money on tools, because you know, tools is something you can keep like forever. If you've got good tools, you know, you're working on something, you're not going to end up stripping the end of the hexes here when you're doing a bolt, and you won't get as frustrated, because you know, that's the worst thing when you're stripping your tool and you got to find another way to, you know, and get something else to take it out, take the bolt out or whatever, and you don't have it because you've stripped your tool. That just sucks. So spend your money and get decent quality tools. You can always use them for other applications, you know, around the house and whatnot. Buy it once and then keep it forever. Vice grips are very handy. With drills, one thing I want to point out with drills, I started off with just this, you know, just this basic cordless drill that a lot of people have. But for the cars, working on small screws and whatnot, it is a bit too powerful, and you end up stripping the thread and it gets heavy, and you know, you got like 100 screws to take off. You know, it works, and if it's all you got, that's all right. But you know, I ended up looking around for other options, and the first thing I found was this Bosch drill. You know, it's very light, fits in your hand good, easy to work with. Best thing about this is it's got a right angle attachment that comes with it. So put this in. So the one thing I find this handy is, see, one of my cars here, let's just say if I took off this wheel and I wanted to undo that screw there, this fits nice, and it fits nice and perfect in there. So you can just undo that one screw rather than taking everything else out, because if you take this off, you'd have to take that off just to get that out. and a whole bunch of parts to just to get to that one screw. So having this is very handy. Yeah, the only thing about it is a little bit slow. So if you've got one of these rims that you got to do up a million screws, it takes quite a while to get it on and off, because it's just very slow. But it is good because, you know, it's not as powerful and you're less likely to strip a thread on this. So that's a good thing about this one. The third drill that I got, or screwdriver, is this one. This is my favorite. I've only just gotten this. You can have it straight, goes that way. Comes with a light as well. What's that light switch? There it is. Comes with a light so you can, you know, go and look inside wherever. If there's a screw in there, you can see it, what size it is and whatnot. The best thing about it is it has 2-speed. So if I want to go fast, pulls the screws out really quick. First speed is nice and slow. It's a lot slower. You can also use it for drilling too, but my favorite is it's got adjustable what's it called, torque on here. So when I'm drilling, when I'm screwing into plastic, I have it right on 1. Obviously you still don't want to screw it all the way in. Once you got it on 1 and you got it close, you can actually just use the drill itself to manually turn it. And yeah, this has been my favorite, and yeah, it's great. The battery lasts a long time. It's called a Makita pen screwdriver. So if you just want to look that up, I don't know where you could buy it where you are, but look it up on the net and you'll find them. This one I had to actually pre-order. And another tool that's been really handy is these files. Tiny little files. You know, with our RC we work with a lot of small little things. If you want to shave off just a little bit on a certain part and make something fit, you know, you got a whole set here, and these are really good quality. You know, I've used this on filing some aluminium, and yeah, it's been great. I've filed stainless steel as well, and it hasn't worn out. It still works. So that's the best thing about buying decent tools that will actually last you. You get less frustrated working on your stuff. And yeah, for these, I started off with these, with this here. It's got like a pack of drill bits and that. Problem is, this is a little bit thick, so it is a little bit difficult to actually go into, you know, certain parts of your RC where you can't fit that through. I was using this for a long time, and most of the time it's just like screws that are out in the open that I can get out, and then I have to go in with one of these. And yeah, because you know these are thin, so then I end up buying a set of these. Got these ones from Banggood. Actually saw this on the Kevin Talbot video. He's recommended these, but problem is, as good as these tips are, these were straight. So when you put it in, it just falls out. So I've had to put a little notch in there just for it to click in and doesn't fall out. And the next tool is the Dremel. The Dremel's killer, and the best attachment I've ever gotten for this is this right angle. Let me demonstrate. So rather than having the cutter that way and you got to hold the drill like that, you can actually just place your hand here and put your finger here, lean it on something, and you got total control on when you're cutting. You know, Dremels are great. You get different attachments, you know, use it to buff, cut, drill tiny little holes. And yeah, that's, just look up a Dremel and you'll see, you know, how handy it is. And in our hobby, RC hobby, this is great. I always end up using this, especially when there's you get like a bolt that's kind of rounded off. So something like this, you just put a notch straight in, get a screwdriver, and you can get that out. So yeah, you don't necessarily have to go out and buy all these tools. You know, you buy them as you need them. And you know, my first recommendations is, you know, get one of these to replace these little things here, and this or that. And once you start wrenching a lot and you got a few cars you need to fix, then, you know, get one of these. If you were to buy one of these, I'd recommend this one. Does everything. This has not as powerful as one of these, obviously, but you know, you can use it around the house. Took off some brackets off the wall the other day and used that, and it's really handy. It's a proper tradesman's tool. So yeah, these are actual proper tools that you don't just use for your RC. You can use it for anything around the house too. So guys, thanks for watching this video, and I hope it helps you out on what to look out for when you're out in the hardware store or the tool shop. Just read up reviews on them first before you start spending money. These are expensive, so as long as it's decent and got good reviews, go for it. Steer away from the cheapo stuff, and you'll enjoy working on your cars or whatever it is that you're working on. The worst thing is having crappy tools and getting frustrated and start, you know, giving up on the job or whatever. Thank you for watching again. Please like and subscribe, and to the people that subscribe, thanks for subscribing. Keep an eye out on my channel. I'll have more RC videos coming up. Yeah, thanks again. Bye.